We have ourselves a very crisp morning today, aka I'm freezing my butt off, but we're gonna try to go into that attic and insulate or de-insulate the space. I borrowed a vacuum and I am going to start sucking out all that old rock wool so that I can do the electrical. Let's go. If you plan to be removing blown-in insulation from an attic, there are a few things that you're going to need. The first thing that you're going to want to do is rent a high-power insulation vacuum. I went to an equipment store that was local and got this one. It came with 150 feet of hoses and it's gas powered. Now I had to buy about 4 or 5 insulation bags to go with it, and your equipment rental store will probably keep these on hand. This beast of a machine runs on gasoline and duct tape, so you're going to want to make sure you have plenty of both on hand. The other thing you're going to need is your protective equipment. I cannot stress enough how much you're going to want to be wearing coveralls and a respirator and headlamp. Without the headlamp, it'll be too hard to see with the insulation, and you really don't want to be breathing that old insulation. It is disgusting stuff. I cut off the old tape holding these hoses together and replaced it with new stuff. The more airtight this seal is, the more suction you're going to get out of the vacuum. This didn't last. I had to come back and replace it with better tape, but you get the idea. With everything set up, get your gear on, and you are ready to start. Now, there are a couple reasons why you might want to remove this insulation. It could be because you're redoing the electrical or you're trying to make your place more airtight. All these are good reasons to go ahead and vacuum out the blown-in insulation. In my case, I'm trying to do both. I blame it on Matt Reisinger. Do you see this? This is a friend. You're gonna want to get you one of these. While you're stuck in the attic vacuuming out that insulation, it is so helpful to have somebody down below making sure you're not overfilling the bags and undoing the clogs for you. Just trust me, it'll save you a lot of time. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if you're trying to remove the insulation, there really are no tips or tricks to do it. You just have to get up there and do your best. It's gonna be hot, it's gonna be uncomfortable, and you're probably going to scrape yourself on a couple of the nails sticking through the roof ducting a couple times. The house I'm working in has a 3/12 pitch, so it goes up to about 3 feet there in the middle by the eave. There's not a lot of room to maneuver around, and I was very thankful whenever I was towards the ends of the house where there was less ducting to work around. We tried to be a bit clever by getting a piece of 3-inch round PVC, cutting it into a taper, and attaching a handle onto it. We thought it would help us clean out the ends of the vents, but it was too heavy to maneuver and we abandoned the idea. Once we had filled the second bag of insulation, I was done for the day. I was completely beat crawling around that attic, and we called it a night. Come day 2, you're not going to want to get back into it, but trust me, keep your head down, keep going, and get the job done. It'll be done before you know it. Here we go. Well, there we go, just like that. We have 4 bags of insulation out of the attic. We're all loaded up and ready to take it back. And look at how spotless, relatively speaking, our attic looks. Now we have all the room to do the electrical, to do some air sealing, to do anything you need to up in this space. I realize that my space is going to be more cramped than most, but that's good news for you because you can do this yourself. If you like the video and want to follow this renovation from start to finish, I invite you to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll be seeing you very soon.